Hello friends, today we are going to discuss about the human resource management models. Here we will discussing about the top 10 HR models. Every human resource professional should know the HR model is an abstract representation of how an HR departments work because it would be an arduous task or to think about the HR functions for scratch while starting a new company or even revamping an existing one. HR models are used to map out working of human resource management departments. Now here list down the top 10 HR models. The first one is the Harvard's framework of management development. The first one is the Harvard's framework of HR models developed in the 1984. The Howard The Howard framework of HR management is a holistic HR operating models that focus on the outcoming problems associated with the historical people's management. This HR model directs HR team to develop HR management policies by forecasting in stakeholders' interest and situational factors which leads to the better HR outcome and long-term consequences. Although this is an archaic model presented by the HR practices finds their roots in it. Now second one is the Dave Aldrich HR model. The Dave Aldrich HR models is an renowned HR thought leaders and his HR model come into begins in 1996 to streamline HR operations in the large organization. Aldrich proposed to change the structure of HR functions by stapling the human resource management into roles. He identified four key HR roles in which area He identified four key HR roles which are strategic partner, HR business partner who are developed to help the business grow. They do so by strategic partner, HR business partner who are developed to help the business grow. They do so by formulating strategies that benefits both employee and stakeholder of the company. Change agent. Second one is the change agent. Change agent are concerned with the enhancing the overall employee experience. They study the organization culture, identify areas where change is needed, and map out implementation plan. Now next was the administrative expert. Administrative experts focus on the talent management. They are take care of the day-to-day HR operation and use metrics to measure the efficiency of existing HR functions and process like retention, reward, and systems. Employee champion, ensuring safety, wellness, diversity, inclusion, and engagement are some of the themes that governs the work of employee champions. Now next one is the 8-box model by Paul Bosley. The 8-box model shows 8 boxes of factors that integrate. The 8-box model shows 8 boxes of factors that intervenes to lay the foundation of HR department. This model can be best explained by analyzing and design diagram structure. The configuration box that describe how the company's history the 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 configuration box that describe how the company history culture technology and workforce directly influence HR functions. Then comes the core box of this model, human resource strategy and practices, further divided into the four small sequential box: intense HR practices, actual HR practices, preventive HR practices, and HR outcomes. The critical HR box goal the critical HR goals box, which is concerned with the overall goals of the HR department and includes cost effectiveness, flexibility, and eligibility. The circle, the circle HR box, which is concerned with the overall goals of HR department and include the cost effectiveness, flexibility, and legitimacy. The circle HR goals box further influence the goal of the business as a whole, and this is defined by the ultimate business goal box. This box compares visibility, sustains competitive advantage, and the formulation of the business strategy. The winners box are impacted by the four other boxes that have an external influence. These are general market, population market, general institutional, and population institutional. Now next model is the Warwick model. The Warwick model formulated by the Chris and Andrew at the University of the Warwick. The Warwick model of human resource management draws upon the Harvard's model and analysis the five key factors that contribute to the functions of the human resource departments. These five elements are outer context. This includes the external factors such as policies, technical environments, laws, competencies, and socio-economic conditions of the place that guide the inner context of the company. Now, second is the inner context. This is based upon the outer context and lays the foundation of the company. Company culture, structures, leadership, technology are some of the areas that fall under this element. Now, the business strategy. This includes the overall business strategy, objectives, goals, and product market optimizations. Human resource management context. These elements focus on the foundation of the human resource such as HR outputs, HR roles, organizations, definitions, etc. HRM content. These key factors deal with the specific HR foundations like rewards systems, work systems, employer relation, HR flows, and others. Now, next one is the advanced HR value chain. According to the advanced HR value chain models, the role of an HR department is creating values for an organization is paramount. These are three HR factors that have a direct impact on the key performance indicators. First one is the HR enablers. First one is the HR enablers. These are the factors that governs the functions of HR and include the HR budgets, HR process, HR competencies amongst other factors. Now next is the HR activities. This category contains the core work of HR and include the workforce planning, performance management, recruitment, selection, and decision making. HR outcomes. These are the HR goals that every HR department strives. Some of the common measures HR outcomes are employees engagement, retention, performance, cost, workforce competence. The next one is the ASDT competency model. The ASTD competency model was created in 2004 by the Association for Talent Development, formerly known as the American Society of Training and Development. This model is designed for the talent development practitioner and servers. This model is designed for the talent development practitioner and serves as roadmap of the competencies that such professionals must build in order to succeed in their career. These competencies are grounded under the two sections: fundamentals competencies and area of expertise. According to these models, training and development professionals need to integrate both these competencies in their HR system to operate effectively and save timing cost. Is the 5PS model. This model developed in 1992 a renowned HR leader and professor. The 5PS model of HR management underscores the five key factors that drive an organization. First one is the purpose, the organization vision, mission, and board goals. Now, second one, the principle. These are the fundamentals rules upon which the values of the organization culture is based. Now, process. These are the day-to-day operations set in place in order to fulfill the business need. Next one is the people. The aspects deal with the how people are involved in the organizational's right from the hiring process. Now last one is the performance. These include the key performance indicators and other metrics to measure the performance of the employees. Now next one is the standard casual model. The standard casual model is based upon the numerous overlappings model of the 90s and 20s. It's it shows a casual chain of organizations' activities that illustrate how overall business strategy impact the HR outcomes, which further affects the internal performance and financial outcome of the business. Now next one is the people value chain model. The people value chain model developed in the early 2021 people value chain is a futuristic HR model. This newly built this newly built model is a deliberated departure from the Ulrich model and puts an emphasis on the delivering long-term values creations across four key areas: financial values, consumer values, social values, and human values. The people values chain is built on the three core competencies: the digital people terms, people services, virtual goals, business services. The last one is the high impact HR operating models. This HR operating model by Deloitte is a blueprint for an HR functions built on the adaptability, innovation, and expertise. These are the four core elements of this model. HR customer. They remain at the heart of the model and have experiences. The digital workforce. This empowers the digital workplace. This empower the digital workplace. This empowers and concerns the workforce. Workforce inside. These are directed through the digital solution and HR analysis used to formulating the business strategy. Fluid interactions among the HR components. These breaks down solid and is a model of strength. The model also describes the way to shift from the current ways of working to high impact HR in a framework called the 4CS. The model also describes the way of shift four current ways of working in high impact HR in a framework called the HRCS: create capacity, grow capacity, empower community, and boost credibility. According to their research, when HR operations with the high impact It leads to overall business growth. These top 10 HR models have been created by the brilliant scholars and HR thought leaders. Many companies are using these models to streamline their human resource management. Find which model best resonates with your company and implement it to enhance your business.